You're watching Let's Chat.
You may not know it, but this right here, right now, is one of the most popular times to relocate, whether you're moving across the street, across town, or across the country. So how do you do it and save yourself money and get the most bang for your buck? We'll talk to this guy and find out more. It is Eric Tidmore. Eric, of course, is the driving force behind 1% Lists Scenic City. Good to have you back.
Thank you so much.
For those who may not be familiar with the intricacies of buying or selling a property, let's say I'm come to you and go, Eric, I want to sell this house.
Yes,
What's
sir.
the normal percentage that your average realtor charges for that?
They're typically going to charge 3% on the listing side, and then on the co-op side, meaning the buyer's agent that comes along and brings Mr. Buyer 3%. So your total is 6%.
Now, the name of your business is 1% Lists.
Yes, sir.
How do you do it for 1%?
Well, we actually are our own brokerage. So we're self-brokered. We own our own office. We've eliminated overhead. Eliminating that overhead gives us the power to reduce the cost of 1%.
So when you say you're self-brokered, explain to us exactly what that means.
We are licensed in Tennessee and Georgia as a real estate firm. We have actually 2 brokers on staff at my office. So like any other office where you would see a name, you know, typically on a yard sign, 1% List is the broker. 1% List is the team. It's the whole umbrella.
So as you mentioned a moment ago, you're cutting through the overhead and getting rid of a lot of the red tape.
Yes, sir, that is correct.
All right, we're going to fast forward to I find a house that I want, you've got it listed, I decide to buy it.
Yes, sir.
You're going to help me through that entire process, because if you bought a house, you know you got to sign a stack of documents that high.
Absolutely. Yeah. Actually, you know, as a buyer, it's great to have a buyer's consult immediately. We look at a lender. We look at the best lender that fits your situation. Then the lender's going to give us programs that are available. And then we get out and we start hunting houses.
So you are indeed literally a full service broker.
Absolutely. Absolutely. From start to finish, buyer, seller, we've got it.
I was going to add, that's my next question. It doesn't matter whether you're buying or selling, you represent both sides.
That is correct.
I want you to tell me one of the more rewarding stories that you have had doing this since you started 1% Lists.
God, I had a couple from Racine. Met them out and about in Chattanooga about 4 years ago. Stayed in touch. They said, hey, we want to retire. We love Chattanooga. Started sending them houses about a year ago. They called me about 3 months ago, said, hey, we're putting our house on the market. Wow. We're coming that way. Called me on 111 the night they were driving in. They hit a deer. It was kind of a rough start. They got to Chattanooga the next day. We got out. Within 24 hours, we located a house, fit their needs perfectly. We closed on it in 2 weeks.
2 weeks?
2 weeks.
In the world of real estate, that's kind of unheard of.
It is. Now, they were a cash buyer, so that makes it a little different. So we eliminated some steps, but 2 weeks. We had them closed. We had the pods delivered. I arranged movers.
They were arranged movers.
Absolutely.
That is something else that a number, I guess I can say most, real estate brokers don't offer. Once you get your name on the line, then their interest kind of backpedals a little bit. Yeah,
sometimes it can get tough to get a hold of them.
Sure.
We're there start to finish. Whatever you need, I'm there to help.
All right. So you do the buying and the selling. Well, you represent the buyers and the sellers,
yes,
right?
Sir.
Real estate now, if you had to sum it up in the metro Chattanooga area, in 1 or 2 words, what would it be? Is the market really hot? Is it leveling off?
It's leveling off. We're moving towards a balanced market. Balanced market, equal number of buyers, equal number of sellers.
Right.
We're approaching 4 months worth of inventory, 5 months. It's a balanced market.
You see so many houses online, in the newspaper, a magazine, or what have you, and you think, wow, this is a nice property. And then you look at the price, and it's got another 0 or 2 on it that you didn't think quite met that specification.
It does. We have had so much appreciation in our market over the years. You know, realistically, from 2017, you know, till now, moving through COVID, with, you know, everyone knew what happened during COVID. They knew prices and multiple offers and 20% over cash deals, out-of-state buyers. It is, even myself, sometimes I'm surprised when I see some of the prices. I'm like, wow, okay.
With the way pricing is going on especially in the Chattanooga area now, longer term, is this a good thing for the buyers? It's obviously a good thing for folks in the real estate business. Is this good for the buyer, and is it good for the economy?
Absolutely. Homes are always going to appreciate. Homes, land, commercial property investments is going to appreciate. You know, for the long haul, absolutely. You're going to prosper.
Well,
you're going to make money on your investment.
Yeah, and there are not many other investment vehicles where you can say you will not lose money on this.
That is correct.
But real estate is one.
That is correct.
And if you haven't heard it by now, Eric's going to tell you there are 3 very important words when it comes to real estate, and they are location, location, and location. Regardless of what location you're wanting to move to, check this guy and his company out. I think you will be very, very impressed. I've certainly enjoyed our conversations.
Thank you so much.
I've learned a heck of a lot. Again, 1% Lists, Scenic City. Tell me your website.
Sellfor1.com. SELL number 4 ONE.com.
1% now, and if you're looking at a typical 6%, that winds up saving you a boatload of money. Eric, good to see you as always.
Thank you so much.
Hope you have a great day.
Thank you.
Make sure and join us here today, News 12 at noon.